about different kind of novels, cheap novels for the working class and for the people who were poorly educated, and they like this kind of um, this kind of books, and this kind of book they called it dim novels in USA, but they call it in UK British penny blots, later penny dreadfuls, and it is a special name of this kind of books. And these books were very cheap, and and they can bought it in different kind of dry goods stores, and also in one open in publish they can bought it in dry food shops and open market, publishing market.
All
And
right.
that's it about this
You
paragraph.
want, you want to add something, Arana?
No, no. After that, they start to print after Gutenberg press machine, and the next story is about Gutenberg's press machine,
Oh yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah. So that's actually about based on America and England. All right then. Yeah, mostly it talks about the novels, which is in British the name is Penny Blots, or later it called Penny Dreadfuls, which is quite horror.
Or dim novels in USA and Penny Dreadful in UK.
Yeah, and actually it's quite cheap. Yeah,
Yes, for working class.
yeah, for working class it's quite cheap.
They are without any education. Maybe they know only to read, but mm,
Mhm.
on the elementary level.
Uh, so actually, even though they are from the low class, actually they do encourage the children to read. They do encourage the working class to read. Yeah. And what about in your country, Elena? Do all people like reading, even though they are in working class, even though they are in low class?
I think that they both like to read, but not. The lower class like to read only romantic content and something about love, I think. And we have a kind of magazine, and it is kind of magazine, but we can find there short stories. And I think that always everything about one love story and with happy end. And it is for lower class, working class, and it is easy to read. No, it's easy to read, and without thinking about the content, it easy to understand.
All right. Um, do you prefer the digital book or you prefer the paperback?
Both. I'm a member of American library, and this American library is under the control of U.S. Embassy. And also in that library, we have sometimes kind of small talk, kind of meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and we debate on certain topic, and the host was always from US Embassy, and the host is always native speaker.
All right. So the event the event was online, or you need to go to the embassy.
No, embassy, it is next to the embassy bank library.
Okay.
Yes, and I prefer to read paper book than online book.
Why?
Because it is possible to read everywhere, and easier for me, and the feeling to touch the paper and change the page, and uh, and like this.
All right. Okay, I think we can go. Can go next. Okay, the paragraph two. Wanna go next? Wanna read? Griselda, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Wanna read?
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
So, Johann Gutenberg printing press was designed in the 15th century. It was not until after the first newspaper began circulating in the 18th century that it became a profitable invention. Throughout the 19th century, commoners in England were becoming educated through normal schools, crèche school, and mutual instruction classes. And by the 1000, no, um, 1830s, approximately 75% of the working class had learned to read. In 1870, the Foster's Education Act made elementary education mandatory for all children. Though few children's books were available, many dreadful were highly accessible, especially to male youth who create clubs in order to boil their money and start their own libraries. Similar to reading a newspaper, the novel and many dreadfuls were meant to be read quickly and discreet. Unlike the hard the hard-bound high literature that was written is volumes and published for the elite, strictly outdoors, many of whom had limited writing and storytelling skills, suddenly found an audience desperate to read their work. When the first typewriter became available in the 1870s, authors were able to maximize their output. Successful authors, some of whom wrote over 50,000 words a month, were able to earn a decent living at a penny per word. Okay, ma'am. Done.
Okay, could you sum up this paragraph? Can you retell this paragraph with your own words?
Based on this paragraph, hold on. Maybe it when we have paper.
Yeah, go on, Griselda.
Maybe I a little bit get understand about the paragraph, ma'am.
You say what? You say what? What did you say?
I just take I just took some point and not all to
Yeah,
a paragraph.
yeah. Tell us about the point that you get.
Mm, this one. Mm, uh, I need time to make summary. Maybe
Sorry.
I need some time to prepare because yeah, very little bit. I get the point.
All right. Yeah, take your time.
Okay.
Mhm. And what about others? Uh, do you have any opinion about this paragraph? About the second paragraph? Kamal, Lindia, Lindia maybe.
Give me 1 second, ma'am, please.
Sorry.
Kindly give me 1 second, okay? Let me.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, Grisela, you've got the answer. Grisela, you raise your hand.
No, no, no. Uh, person, I confused. So hold on. Maybe another member can help me to explain that.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Kamal. I'm from Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say something about the second paragraph. They are talking about the case of UK becoming as educated, let's say, society. How the case of the UK is processing in gaining more education through existence of, let's say, printing and the level of their education is gaining through schools and church and being in certain classes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, that's all.
All right. Thank you, Kamal. You're from
Welcome.
Jordan, right?
Yeah,
And this is your first time join our community.
yeah, it's my pleasure.
Okay, nice to meet you here.
Nice to meet you.
All right. So, Grisela, you want to add something? No. Grisela?
Not yet, ma'am.
All right then. Listen for me, ma'am. Okay, Irena, you want to add something?
Yes,
Because you usually have many other things to share. Okay, go on, Irena.
eh, yes, and the story they continue to tell to inform us that throughout the 19th century, commoners mean that common people, like ordinary people. And the another side is the group of royalty, and becoming educated through normal schools and church schools, and also the children. Uh, mentioned one Foster Education Act, and made elementary education mandatory for all children, and that means that the number of readers is increasing, and many people start to read, not only adults but the children also start to read, and they open the first library and start to open libraries, and they 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 were reading not only newspapers, but as we mentioned before, dim novels and penny dreadful novels, cheap comic novels, and after that, they mentioned the high literature, and the high literature was only for the royalty and for elite aristocracy group, not for the commoners. And suddenly, when they uh, next, the first typewriter means that many writers were able to write their story for a shorter time than before, because they use typewriter, and they finish their story very easy, and the next mentioned uh, and and in that case they are able to earn money, and that is about this paragraph.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Irena.
And yes, the most important point is about Gutenberg's printing press, and the another point which is important, the education, church schools, libraries, different kind of reading clubs maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And the another point which is important, the first typewriter, and which means that is a useful tool for the writers, and they were able to prepare their story easier and faster than before. And they maximize their output.
Okay.
But additionally, I think that many of them not possess storytelling skills. On their quality of telling story is not, I think, was very bad.
Yeah, that's it.
I think many of them without any education.
So you mean the elder? Because mostly the elders just have a lower education.
Yeah, I think that the between the writers they exist on the lower level for the workers, and on the higher level with education for the royalty, for the aristocracy, for the rich people, I think.
Right.
And that is the reason why this kind of book very expensive, and the another kind is cheap for the workers, because the content is also on low level. Yes, and that is my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You did mention that commoners is like ordinary people. Yeah.
Yes,
Actually,
workers from
yeah.
the factory, they finish their work hours, and after that they bought maybe cheap novels, cheap story, and spend the time not watching TV as nowadays, but they were maybe reading during the evening time. It is my opinion.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Actually, commoners are very familiar for people who who are from working class or lower class. That's it. But actually, the commoners in England actually they were educated through reading, especially like because mostly they do normal school or even church schools, which is many books, many cheap books, even though only like a penny dreadfuls. Yeah, actually, so for you guys that just joined, actually we talked about the paperback, which is in 19th century. Um, the US had a dime novels, while the England have a penny dreadfuls. Penny dreadfuls. It's like a series. Yeah, it's like a newspaper, which is many series. So it just so you are supposed to read quickly because it's just a series is like just maybe 10 or more pages. It's not quite many pages. That's it.
Yes, and I think that it is a kind of soap opera in written form.
Yeah, it's kind of a script like a soap opera maybe. All right. Okay. So we go next. Okay, Zainab. You wanna go
Yeah.
next? All right. Could you please repeat?
Which part? The third part.
One. Yes.
Okay. Uh,
From the 1830s to 1850s, penny bloods featured tales of gore that often depicted the upper class as corrupt. One of the most beloved characters from the penny blood serials was Sweeney Todd. In the original story String of Pearls, a romance published in 1846, Sweeney Todd was a demon barber who used his razor to torture his victims before turning them into meat pies. I thought uh, there was a movie who told the story about this, what Sweeney Todd. In 1847, hack playwright George Dibdin Peat adapted Thomas Pratt's story for the stage, renaming it The String of Pearls, the Fiend of Fleet Street, if I'm not mistaken. With no copyright laws, authors were always at risk of having their ideas pilfered. Pete's play was released again 1 year later at one of London's bloodbath theatres under the name founded on fact. The Sweeney Todd story also made its way into musicals and comedies. Controversy still exists over whether Thomas Pratt's character was based on a real person. No records of a barber shop on Fleet Street or a barber named Sweeney Todd have been found, though Thomas Press was known for getting his inspiration from the Old Bailey at the London Times, a section devoted to real life horror stories.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, want to sum up? Or you need to read it again?
I need to read it again.
All right. Okay, can you see my screen clearly? Is that right?
Oh, I think it's the third paragraph is talking or explaining about uh, what are the stories that are written in such era, especially for the Penny Blood writings from several authors. Is it true? I think it's true.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So there was like such horror stories and such comedies, but I think there, but if I'm not mistaken, there was a movie which was the actor was Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
He played as a Sweeney Todd, if I'm not mistaken, or I don't know.
Oh, really? What's the name of the movie?
Let
You mean
me search for it.
Thing of Pearls?
No, Sweeney Todd, Johnny Depp. Yeah, Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Seriously, it's on the team in Paperback Street.
The actor was Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, it's horror,
Yeah,
musical and horror. All right.
he acts as a barber, and he most of the time when he uh, cut the customer's hair, he like um, what is it called? Like not slice or murder his victim as well.
All right. So yeah. So actually, the title of the movie is different with the original story. Yeah, because the original story titled String of Pearls, a romance, but in the movie, Sweeney Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Oh, that's amazing. I've never watched it before. Cause to be honest, I'm not into horror. I'm into horror movies, so that's why. So it means that you have watched you've watched the movie, Zainab,
Yes, I've watched that movie twice.
twice. Whoa, why twice? Or maybe you like analyzing the movie.
Yeah.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah, this really thought story, musicals and comedies. All right, I think we can go next. So next paragraph. Anyone wants to read? Despite the warning. Anyone? Maybe Kamal? You wanna read?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the text is not clear for me. I'll try to be close as better to the text. Despite the warning from Lord uh, Shaftesbury that the paperback literature was seducing middle class society into an unproductive life of evil, the penny blood grew in popularity. They provided a literary they provided a literary voice of commoners at an affordable price. Eventually, Penny Bloods became known as Penny Dreadfuls and began to focus more on adventure than horror.
Okay, thank you. Could you sum up this paragraph?
This paragraph is talking about that maybe they talking about the effect of literature on the middle class society to be unproductive in reading a literature, maybe like the Benny Blood common wider as popularity for the society at that time. Uh, they are talking about the, let's say, as one of our friend said, it's very cheap for them, they can, it's affordable for them, so they will it will be widespread for them and easy to buy. uh, and they are talking about the Benny blood as came famous or something widespread in the society. It concentrate on adventure more than horror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Kamal. Yeah, so basically the Penny Dreadfuls and the Dime novels. Dime novels is from US and Penny Dreadfuls from England. The first thing they just focus on horror stories, horror series, but actually, yeah, as time goes by, they try to focus on adventure than horror. All right. So next, oh, the last something. Maybe Lindia, you wanna read?
Okay, if reading, I'd like to try.
Yep.
But if you ask to make a summary, let me try my best later on also. I may need to focus as well.
Okay,
Thank you
just
for
do.
giving
Okay,
me a
go
chance.
on.
In 1860, Beadle and Adams was the first firm in the United States to publish a title that would be categorized as a dime novel. Malaska, the Indian Wife of the White Hunter by Annie Stephen, had originally been published 20 years earlier as a series in a magazine. In novel form, approximately 300,000 copies of the story were sold in the first year, paving the way for the new fad in America. All right. Many dime novels were written as serials with recurring characters such as Deadwood Dick, Commander Cody, and Wild Bill. Originally, the paperbacks were intended for railroad travelers. However, during the Civil War, soldiers quickly became the most avid dime novel readers. Beadle dime novels became so popular that the company had to build a factory of hack writers to mass produce them. As urbanization spread, stories of the Wild West were in less demand, and tales of urban outlaws became popular. At that time, dime novels were chosen for their illustrated covers rather than their sensational stories and characters. Despite their popularity by the late 1880s, dry goods stores were so full of unsold books that prices dropped to less than 5 cents for copy. Many titles that could still not sell were given away or destroyed. The international copyright law passed by Congress in 1890 required publishers to pay royalties to foreign authors. Selling at less than 5 cents a copy, the paperback industry were doomed until the arrival of pulp paper. All right, let me try to understand the summary.
Yeah, take your time.
Yes.
Lydia, anyway, where are you from?
All right. Let me try, ma'am.
Yeah.
So what I understand here, it's about kind of the history of the existence of the first firm
Mm-hmm.
in the United States, which is Beadle and Adams, and it also talks about the series of copies that are produced, like 300,000 copies, of stories, and actually. It also says that the readers, let's say the types, the readers, like it's like spread it up. It's not only like ordinary people or any people read, but soldiers became interested in reading as well. So that's what I understand for the time being, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wanna add something? Sorry, you wanna add something? Hello, Lydia, you wanna add something?
Um, I'm not really sure, but I think it also talks about uh, the history of uh, how how paperback becomes more familiar in its industry. That publisher needs also pay attention on the royalties payment. Is it like that?
All right. Yeah, yeah. Basically, um, it talked about the paperback, the 19th century paperback in the U.S. and also in England. Um, and that's it. If in the U.S., even soldiers, they're passionate to read, and even in England, many commoners that try to read the Penny Dreadful's story, and which is already expand to the adventure story. And yeah, actually, the paperback industry only, what do you say? Yeah, only popular in the 19th centuries, but afterwards they are doomed because of the arriving of pulp paper. Yeah, thank you so much, Lindia. Anyway, where are you from, Lindia?
I'm from Indonesia, actually. I'm from East Java.
Uh-huh, East Java.
Yes,
What's city?
Lamongan.
Lamongan. All right.
Right. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. This is your first time you joined this meeting, right?
Yes, this is my first time, and if I have another chance and I would like to join your meeting again someday, I'm curious to learn more, in understanding some, like this kind of thing. It's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
how do you know this meeting?
From a friend of mine, Miss Jojo.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. And what about Griselda and Kamal? How do you know this meeting? Griselda?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. How do you know this meeting?
Um, I'm I got from my friend.
Well, excuse me, ma'am. Griselda is my friend, so I shared the link.
Oh,
Her.
okay.
Yes. So we would like to learn together with you.
All right. And what about Kamal? How do you know this meeting, Kamal?
I knew that from a group on WhatsApp. They are grouping themselves to learn Spanish and other languages.
Oh,
Yeah, its name is Bluglatus, I think. The name of this group is Polyglotas.
oh, polyglot. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And we also have a group on WhatsApp. Maybe you want to join? Sorry. A group on Facebook. Maybe you want to join? That's it. I already put the link of Facebook group on the chat, and you can click and you will look it up. And I usually post uh, the information about it. Okay, so yeah, basically we hold the meeting every week, every Saturday, and like this, we read an article and then we discuss it. But sometimes, if there is any person who wants to share about culture or anything specific, so we just focus on discussion. Not because today there is no person who wants to share, so that's why we focus on reading and discussion. That's it. So that's why on Facebook you may find like a some some pictures, and we also, and actually today we have already had 40 meetings, 40 weekly meeting. Yeah, just like that. Every Saturday we usually we always hold the meeting. So I want you to see next week too. Yeah, Griselda, Kamal, India, Zainab, and actually Irena who always who always join the meeting every single time. Yeah,
Yeah.
either in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening.
And during the night also.
Yeah.
Because the time difference, another time zone. I mean,
Yeah, sorry, I would love to join these meetings actually in previous weeks, but unfortunately, I have the time was not that much to me because, yeah, during Saturday, I had to do like hospital visit and I had to, yeah, there were some rounds as well, so I couldn't join the meeting previously.
Yeah, that's alright, Zainab. Yeah, I know. As a maybe, how do you call your provision or your maybe
Just say like doctor in the making. I'm a junior doctor.
your doctor? But wait, you're gonna be a what is it? What kind of
GP,
doctor? Sorry?
GP, general
GP,
practitioner.
our general practitioner. All right, it's nice. So, yeah, I think the reading session is already over, and I want you to know I love you. Like, anyway, you can call me Anna. I'm from Indonesia. Yeah, of course, yeah. I'm from Central Java, but right now I live in Boyolali. Boyolali. Boyolali is near Solo, near Surakarta, near Surakarta. Yeah, and actually I lived nearby the airport, Adi Sumarmo Airport. All right, and Kamal, you are from Jordan. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm saying something about Arab. I missed the sound for seconds. Are you talking about something like that?
sorry,
Are you talking about Arab countries or something?
Arab?
I missed the
No.
voice for no.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I just say the name of the airport over here.
yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm from Jordan. If you know Palestine, it's very close to Palestine and Syria and Saudi Arabia.
And the Red Sea. Red
Yeah,
Sea.
yeah. If you know Petra and the Red Sea, yeah. I think Arina knows something about that. She shake
Is
her head. Yeah.
is Jordan
Seven.
is a part of a Gulf countries?
Yes.
N- yeah,
Yeah.
it's very close to them, but they consider it from Asia, from the Middle East countries. Yeah, not the Gulf and not the African. It's in the Middle East.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
I think I know the queen of Jordan is Rania, right? The name of the queen.
you are correctly right. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. And
yeah.
I think most of Jordanian are having blue eyes, if I'm not mistaken, even though their face are like
No, no, no,
mix of
no.
Arabic and oh
No, not all of them. For me, I have brown eyes. Yeah,
oh okay. But I've met
yeah, yeah.
several people from Jordan during my trips in Middle East, and they are having blue eyes.
You are lucky to face the blue
Oh
eyes.
yeah.
Yeah, most of them they are Bedouin. They
Oh
related
yeah.
in their let's say ancestors. They are Bedouin and from people who do
Babylon.
agriculture works. Yeah,
Uh, Bedouin is one of the tribe in Palestine, right? The
In
ancestor.
the
Eh,
in
it's
desert I area.
Oh
They
yeah,
yeah,
are
yeah, great,
yeah.
right?
You are right. You are right. Yeah.
Mhm.
I wish all of you visit Jordan, and I'll be your guest here in Jordan if you wish that.
Do you
You
have
are welcome.
do you
You are
have
welcome
any
anytime.
kind of spatial tour or so?
Here, yeah, in Jordan.
No, you. I mean,
Yeah, special tour. Actually, I visited most of the all around the world countries like Europe, like let's say Asia, India, Pakistan.
oh,
Yeah, because my job, I'm ex Air Force. I worked as a mechanic on the aircraft. So one of the crewmen who visited most of the other countries, it's especially for my work. I'm being in the army.
oh,
Okay,
okay.
Army, especially in Air Force. You
Yeah,
said so.
yeah, you are right. Yeah. Miss Zainab, your name is close to the Arab names.
Yeah, it's Arabic
Zainab.
names. Yeah,
Yeah,
Uswatun
Uh,
Hasana is also Arabic names.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so, how far is Jordan from Oman?
From Oman.
Yeah.
From Amman airport, it takes 4 hours to reach Oman.
And from Turkish and also from Iran, how far it is?